head, you think that nothing can hurt you, nothing can stop you. Playing those little games of hide and seek, despite how frustrating it may be to find your friend who happens to find that really good hiding spot, you know that you'll see her again. But as you grow, as you begin to grow up, you learn that even though it may seem like the person will only be gone for a few minutes, before you know it, those minutes have turned into a lifetime. I was always a social person before coming here. At first, I couldn't figure out why I was so hesitant to make friends when I arrived. Then I realized I was just afraid to lose people. You never know who the next one is going to be. Every week, you see another name written on the board and you think, how tragic. The saddest is when the death is unexpected. Then you think, whose name is going to be there next week? Is it going to be mine? How am I going to die? Will I be just another name on the board? Sometimes I wonder how I made it this far. There have been times when I thought I wouldn't make it. Everything terrible that could happen to someone has happened to me. I've been robbed. I've been beaten, and even worse. Nothing has come easy to me. 2 weeks before my mom died, I had to put our little dog to sleep. A week before she died, her oldest sister passed away. 3 days before she died, the man I was dating broke up with me. And she never knew any of it. Like I said, sometimes the less you know, the better. Years later, I had to leave my abusive husband. Emotionally, it was very painful. It left me feeling vulnerable and fragile. But I survived. I grieved the loss of my mom. I grieved the loss of a broken marriage. But after all my suffering, I have learned valuable lessons. I learned to be strong. I learned to soldier on. I may have experienced grief and loss, but I never let it break me. I still know the greatest gift of life is just to be alive. I'm glad I'm still here.
A few more left. This next one is called Cods. It's written by Nick Ong. The characters are Evan, a 17-year-old boy, Jack, a 72-year-old man, and Ms. Dunn, a 45-year-old group therapist. A group of people ranging in age, gender, and ethnicity sit in a large circle with folding chairs. Some of them have paper cups of coffee and juice. Others have paper napkins full of random baked goods. Evan is standing uncomfortably.
Hi. My name is Evan, and I'm a child of divorce.
Hi, Evan.
I'm not really sure what to do next.
Well, why don't you start by telling us how your day is going?
Okay. I guess my day's going okay. Not really doing much at the moment. My dog Katie on a long walk.
You didn't have school today?
Well, I mean, there is school today. I'm sort of suspended right now. Got in a fight last week with some kid at school, so I'm on house-sitting duty.
What was the fight about?
I don't remember. It was nothing.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that.
Just this dumb kid. He always shoves me into my locker and shit, bumping me in the hallways for no reason. The other day he came up to me and slammed my locker shut while I was still getting my books out. Almost chopped my hand off. And so I don't know, I went after him.
And what happened to him?
Left him with a few stitches, that's for sure.
And do you think that was the right thing to do?
I don't know. Wasn't really thinking. Something just came over me.
Is that why your parents sent you here? Because of the fight?
I guess. Dad said I had to, or they wouldn't let me go back to school.
What did your mom have to say?
My mom? Nothing. I don't know. I'm sure Dad told her what happened, but I haven't exactly talked to her in a while.
What's a while?
Like a month, I guess.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I feel... No, I know what you're trying to do. I'm not here to talk about all my feelings, okay? I just want to be able to go back to school and have things get back to normal.
Okay, that's fine. That was a great start. Maybe you can share a little bit more the next time.
Evan starts to sit back down in his chair when Jack speaks out from another side of the circle.
What's the matter, kid? Not a little mama's boy?
Huh?
Jack, you know we don't just blurt things out here. Evan doesn't want to share anymore, and that's okay.
I'm just asking a little squirt why he isn't talking to his mother.
Little squirt. I'm not a little squirt.
To answer the question.
Jack, why don't you go outside and get some fresh air for a minute?
What, I can't express my First Amendment right to say what's on my mind?
Well, you certainly can't be rude about it.
Look, old man, you don't know anything about me, okay? You don't know what I'm going through.
Your mom cheated on your dad.
Okay, how'd you know that?
Your mom cheated on your dad. Big fucking deal. You and another 5 out of 10 kids these days.
Why don't you just shut up, okay?
Jack, that's enough.
She cheated and your dad found out. Maybe she was even so sorry that she went and told your old man herself.
Wrong! I told him.
Well, don't you deserve an old pat on the back? Great job, son.
Damn right. Her car was in the shop getting fixed, so she asked me if I could pick her up from work later. I said I'd come around 7 after basketball practice got out. She must have forgotten. I got outside her office and I saw him. I thought he was hurting her or something, so I burst in and threw him on the ground. I got in a few good punches before I realized what was really happening, and I heard my mom screaming and trying to pull me off of him. She tried to chase after me as I ran down the stairs, got all the way to the parking lot, but I didn't care. I didn't even want to look at her. I just got in my car and drove home. Next thing I know, she's packing up her suitcases, and Dad and I are eating Hungry Man dinners. So yeah, I haven't talked to her in a while, but I'm not exactly mad about it.
The room is silent. Evan sits back down. Suddenly Jack smirks and chuckles to himself.
What's so funny, shithead? Huh? Grim Reaper finally grab a hold of your tongue?
I don't know what's gotten into you today, Jack, but you're being very inappropriate.
Kid thinks he's got it bad, you know? I'll be honest with you, kid. I feel sorry for you. I do. But let me ask you something. How many times has your mom tried to call since it happened?
Why does it matter?
Stop being a little shit and just answer the question.
I don't know. Like, every day.
Every day for a month she's called, and you've just been, what? Washing your hair so much that you didn't see the phone ring?
Can't you understand that maybe I don't want to talk to her?
Why?
Because she ruined everything. She hurt my dad, she destroyed our family, and she didn't even think about what it would do to me.
You know, you're right. I'm sure that's why she hasn't been able to go a day without calling you, and why you probably won't start, why she probably won't stop calling either.
Doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk to her. I don't want to ever see her again.
You know, I think we've had enough discussion today. Why don't we...
You don't mean that.
Yes, I do.
Kid, my parents divorced when I was 5 years old. Shared custody, 4 days with Mom, 3 days a week with Dad. Those were the days I ate well. But he died when I was only 17 years old, and I was stuck with her. Not one time in my entire life can I remember that woman ever putting her arm around me, or kissing me, or saying she trusted me, or even saying she loved me. Not ever. The last time I saw her, she asked me, "Why are you so mean?" I looked her straight in the face and said, "You made me this way. Aren't you proud of yourself?" That was 30 years ago. She's dead now, buried somewhere back in Pennsylvania, but I never saw her again after that.
Guess that explains why you still come to these dumb meetings.
Yeah, it does. You looking to be the same?
End of scene. a relatively small and sparsely decorated house with dashes of yellow, orange, and purple pottery. A green vine grows in the window where Dinora, a young lady of about 19, works next to her Aunt Jennifer, a round woman of about 60 years old, taking the plates she washes, drying them, and then placing them in the dish rack beside her.
Are you happy here? I mean, do you miss Haiti?
Well, everyone misses where they grew up. But New York is my home now, so yes, I am happy.
Were things different there? Like, did people treat you differently?
Well, it wasn't like here at all, if that's what you mean.
So people listened to what you had to say then?
Well, no. Oh, this is about you going to college, isn't it? Your mother isn't wrong, you know.
Dinora stops washing dishes and looks at her aunt.
I know. I want to stay here and help take care of my father, but I can't stay here forever.
Your mother isn't talking about forever. She needs you here now to help with the house because she can't do it by herself. Not with your dad and all his needs.
But she doesn't even try to understand me. When I bring up going to college somewhere outside of New York, she just tells me I'm being selfish.
I think she's a little shocked by the position she's in right now. No one expected your father to have a stroke.
I know. I don't know what to do. He's gotten better, but it's never going to be the same. Never going to be completely normal again.
Jennifer dries her hands on the towel in front of the sink and takes Dinora into her arms.
It's just so much pressure.
I know, but you have to realize your mother and I have had a different experience from you. You have a lot more choices than we did growing up.
But that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have a say in what happens to me. I think it means exactly the opposite. I should be able to decide where I end up, at least for college.
I agree, you should. But I don't think you can just leave your mother here without help.
But do you know how tired I am of doing the same thing every day? I've stayed here a year and nothing has changed.
I know, Mama Shushu.
Then what am I supposed to do?
You know, when I first came here, there was nowhere for me to go except to my brother's place in Brooklyn. It was all we had. Grâce à Dieu. For my brother was being able to house and clothe me, and your mother when she got here. My brother even helped me buy my house when I finally got a stable job out on Long Island. And he continued to take care of your mother until she and your father were married and moved out.
I know.
Then you see, your mother knows how important it is to have family near. There's nothing more important than family.
Except for an education. I understand what you mean, but I want to do better for all of us. I know I can. There's this business school in Chicago at Northwestern University. I'm pretty sure if I applied, I'd get into it. With a degree from there, I'd be boundless. I want to prove to everyone that I'm a woman who can make adult decisions and take control of her own life. I could provide so much more for everyone here if I just got the chance to show you. I can be a woman with a voice that matters. I don't think my mother will realize that if I stay here. I lose all that.
Well, you're not a woman yet.
I can be a woman. I already have a job. I'm going to be 19 soon.
Denora,
My voice matters.
being a woman isn't about going to Chicago. It's about sacrificing for your family and taking care of the people who matter most.
Yes, Auntie.
There's a long silence as Jennifer thinks.
However, if you think there's a place close by where you can get a better education, then let me talk to her about it. Maybe she could give you a chance.
You do that?
No, not only does family stick together, but we support each other. No matter what. Don't worry, ma chérie. It will all work out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And they embrace. End of scene. Okay, so we have 2 monologues and a scene left. So this next one, I'm going to do my best to pronounce it correctly. It was written by Nick Ong, and it's called Vamos a este juntos. Juntos? Juntos. I tried. Okay.
When you grow up, Without your parents, you forget who you are or where you came from, who you're supposed to be. A part of you goes missing forever without you even knowing. I was scared of dying. Yes, of being captured or beaten or put out of my home. Yes, but I was more scared of giving my children a life without their mother. So I fled my country, my home that was destroying itself and murdering its people. It was 1968, and the Salvadoran Civil War was on the horizon. I told my 3 boys, whatever we do, wherever we go, we're going to stay together. Vamos a estar juntos. I told myself it would be hard, but we'd still have each other. My children would have their mother. And so there we went, embarking on our sad adventure. When we landed at the airport, there was no one there waiting to pick us up, no direction that I could give a taxi. I knew no one, had no place to go, and no plan to make it better. I took my 3 boys and I told them again, whatever we do, wherever we go, vamos a estar juntos. 30 years later, people still ask me why I came here with nothing and with nobody, ready for a life of struggle. It's simple. We do everything we can for our children. Parents do. We slave, we sacrifice, we love, and we fight. We make the choice when they're born to put our own lives on hold for theirs. We work 1 job, 2 jobs, even 3 jobs if we have to, just to buy one of them a sweater at the end of the week. We spend 5 hours a week as their chef, 10 hours a week as their chauffeur, 15 hours a week as their teacher, and 168 hours a week as their parent. Now my 3 beautiful boys are grown up with their own families, and I'm alone. Alone but happy, knowing that I gave my kids a better life, bringing them to safety. My little baby is 55 years old. When the 4 of us came here, he was only 9. They could have been killed, or worse, become one of the killers. Instead, they are fathers and husbands, brothers and friends, and they're still my boys.
And the scene. Our final monologue, and then we have one more scene. This monologue is called 20 and Looking, and it was written by Sabrina Hyman and will be performed by Kai. Sorry. A young woman of 20 years is talking to, a young woman of 20 years is talking to her therapist.
So what am I? I'm a 20-year-old girl who's been going on a lot of dating sites lately. It's not that the guys I meet aren't nice and even cute, but I don't know. They all seem so immature. My mom was right when she said that women mature faster than men. Spot on. I started going to dating sites so I could find mature men. Men who could talk about something other than video games and hot models. Where else was I going to meet them? Not too old, not inappropriate old, just men. Not boys. I was looking for someone 3 to 5 years older. Maybe 23, 25, even 27 would be okay, wouldn't it? If it was the right guy, I mean, man. But guess what? The men online are looking for women 10 to 20 years older than they are. Younger than they are. 10 to 20 years. How can they feel like it's okay to date women 10 to 20 years younger? I mean, really, who do they think they are? And their stupid profiles are so ridiculous. They are so full of themselves, these men. They act like it's a privilege for younger women to date them. I mean, come on. I am a smart, mildly attractive, ambitious 20-year-old woman. I am not going to date some man who is 40 years old. Think about it. If I followed in the footsteps of 72% of all the females on dating sites, then 98% of the men that I'd be dating would be over 15 years older than I am. 98%. Don't these men see what they're doing to the female species? Don't they see they're making us feel terrible about ourselves? Don't they understand how dramatic it is to have to wake up every day in the morning and worry about age? I already see wrinkles developing around my eyes. I see lines around my mouth, and I'm 20. I have a good 80 years to go. And these older men make me feel like I'm running out of time. Like beauty is all about how old I am. These men make me, all of us women, feel terrified that society won't accept us as we grow older. That youth is beauty and aging is a barrier to love. Who the hell do they think they are? I think I'm going back to the bar scene. Maybe I'll meet a nice 20-year-old boy.
Insane. Okay, and our final scene tonight is called Vitals. It was written by Shira Harold. And the actors are Dee and Rita. Dee is playing Martha, and Rita is playing Ernestine. The setting is a hospital room. Ernestine sits in a bed. She's been crying, and a large mound of tissues are in her lap.